Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways. We choose not randomly each other. We meet only those who already exist in our subconscious. One day, in retrospect, the years of struggle will strike you as the most beautiful. The more perfect a person is on the outside, the more demons they have on the inside. The only person with whom you have to compare ourselves is that you in the past. And the only person better you should be. This is who you are now. Out of your vulnerabilities will come your strength. Before you diagnose yourself with depression or low self-esteem, make sure that you're not surrounded by fools. We are what we are because we have been what we have been. From error to error, one discovers the entire truth. Love and work are the cornerstones of our humanness. To be completely honest with oneself is the very best effort a human being can make. Friendship is an art of keeping distance while love is an art of intimacy. Most people do not really want freedom, because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. The best is always the enemy of the good. When a man is freed of religion, he has a better chance to live a normal and wholesome life. A husband is almost always only a substitute for the beloved man, and not this man himself. Limitation in the possibility of enjoyment raises the value of the enjoyment. No mortal is capable of keeping a secret. If his lips are silent, his fingertips speak. Betrayal oozes from him through every pore. Happiness is a child's dream fulfilled in maturity. The voice of the intellect is a soft one, but it does not rest until it has gained a hearing. All family life is organized around the most damaged person in it. Words have a magical power. They can bring either the greatest happiness or deepest despair. A father's death is the most important event, the more heartbreaking and poignant loss in a man's life. People in general are insincere in sexual matters. They do not openly display their sexuality, but rather hide it by putting on a tight coat sewn from a matter called lie, as if it were bad weather in the world of sexual relations. We are never so defenseless as when we love, and never so helplessly unhappy as when we lose the object of love or his love. At a woman's breast, love and hunger are crossed. If you want your wife to listen to you, then talk to another woman, she will be all ears. Envy is destructive. Don't be tempted by it, live by your own rules. Knowledge is the intellectual manipulation of carefully verified observations. Recognizing a problem is half the success in solving it. How bold one gets when one is sure of being loved. Just as no one can be forced into belief, so no one can be forced into unbelief. In the small matters trust the mind, in the large ones trust the heart. A man is sometimes more generous when he has little money than when he has much, perhaps to keep from thinking he has none at all. The scope of one's personality is defined by the magnitude of that problem which is capable of driving a person out of his wits. We seek more to take suffering away from ourselves than to gain pleasure. Nothing costs so much in life as illness and ignoring an illness. We are so made, that we can only derive intense enjoyment from a contrast and only very little from a state of things. People are more moral than they think, and far more immoral than they can imagine. Men are strong so long as they represent a strong idea. They become powerless when they oppose it. The secret of the human soul lies in the psychic dramas of childhood. Get to the bottom of these dramas and healing will come. Masturbation is one of the primary abodes. The primary addiction, subsequent addictions, alcohol, tobacco, morphine are only its substitutes. A joke makes it possible to satisfy a lustful or hostile instinct despite an obstacle in its path. The first human who hurled an insult instead of a stone was the founder of civilization. The mind is like an iceberg, it floats with 1/7 of its bulk above water. You do not stop looking for strength and confidence outside. But you should look inside yourself. They have always been there. The energetic and successful man is the one who succeeds in transforming the fantasies of desire into reality. A man should not strive to eliminate his complexes, but to get into accord with them. They are legitimately what directs his conduct in the world. When people marry, they no longer live for each other as they did before. They live with each other for someone third, and dangerous rivals soon appear for the husband, the household and the nursery. We enter the world with loneliness and lonely leave it. All adaptation is partial death, the disappearance of a particle of individuality. Love and work, work and love. That's all there is. Without love we fall ill. All people are born bisexual and later choose their sexual orientation depending on their life circumstances. Maturity is the ability to postpone gratification. We adults don't understand children because we don't understand our own childhood anymore. I cannot think of any need in childhood as strong as the need for a father's protection. History is just new people making old mistakes. The behavior of a human being in sexual matters is often a prototype for the whole of his other modes of reaction in life. Civilized society is perpetually menaced with disintegration through this primary hostility of men towards one another. Flowers are restful to look at. They have neither emotions nor conflicts. Everyone owes nature a death. One must learn to give up momentary, uncertain and destructive pleasure for delayed, restrained, but dependable pleasure. Children are completely egoistic. They feel their needs intensely and strive ruthlessly to satisfy them. Experience teaches us that the world is not a nursery. Depression is a frozen fear. A busy man is seldom visited by idle friends. No flies fly to a boiling pot. The first indication of stupidity is a complete lack of shame. If youth knew, if age could. Anxiety in children is originally nothing other than an expression of the fact they are feeling loss of the person they love. A woman should soften but not weaken a man. Being entirely honest with oneself is a good exercise. Two hallmarks of a healthy life are the abilities to live and to work. Each requires imagination. Dreams are often most profound when they seem the most crazy. Dogs love their friends and bite their enemies. Quite unlike people, who are incapable of pure love and always have to mix love and hate. Time spent with cats is never wasted.